This is Ginger Kirchmeyer, and I am just with you today to teach you a little bit about getting going on your websites that you've already created in Weebly. So you have your website created, and on your My Sites page, you should have the name of your site, and then you have a little edit button, so you can go ahead and click that. And when you do that, it's going to take you to your edit page, your site that you've been working on. And I want to talk to you a little bit today. I've talked to you already about the title and the text and the images, and I want to talk to you today mostly about editing. So one of the first things that you might experience as you're designing this, because you're playing around with it, and you might kind of get going and then go, you know what, I really don't like this. It's ugly. I don't like the design on this. This layout's not working for me, whatever. And so if you do and you decide you want to change the theme, you're going to do that right up here in design and then change the theme. So you're going to click on it. And you can go through and pick whatever theme you want. Let's say one of the things that was bothering you was that you didn't have this little Facebook or Twitter click buttons on yours. So if that's the problem for you, then when you're going through these, you want to find a site that actually has those little buttons. So you want to be looking for them in these designs, because those are the ones that are going to display it. It doesn't look like there's a ton, so you would want to be looking for them. So let's go ahead and pick this one, because I already found it, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick what exists. So we're going to choose that. Now you're going to notice it just changed the picture on me, and that often happens when you change the theme. You lose some of your photo setup. The cool thing is if you go back, it's still there. So I'm going to go back up here, choose it. If I say oh phew, so I didn't mess myself up, but I am going to go ahead and choose that one just so we can play with something a little bit new. Okay, so we're editing it to this new site. So now you see I've got these great new ways for people to contact me, and I can enter my information in here so that they can just click these buttons and it'll go right to those other sites. So you don't want to change this up too often, because it's going to confuse your viewers. But if you really don't like the way that your page is set up and you feel like you need to do it, then by all means go ahead and do that. One of the things that I would like to show you is if you had, let's say you wanted to upload a document of some kind. So click here. Oh, I thought I spelled it wrong. For our library card info. All right, so I might upload a file. So I'm going to go down here below, and so I'm going to want to click have a file. So here I clicked on it. Now I'm going to upload a new file, and it wants to know where I want to go. And I'm going to go ahead and do my public library flyer. I already had it kind of preset for that. And so there it is. So then when they click on it, it's going to take them actually to that flyer. And you're actually going to have to look at the site to make sure. I haven't found a way to just open it up and double check that it's the right one. So you need to know that that is the actual correct one that you want to look at. However, another really cool thing that you can do is if you want to actually show the flyer on your page, you can do the document and go ahead and download that. And then, it says this is a blank document. If you want a new document, you need to select upload new file. So I just click on it, upload new file, and I'm going to go right to the same flyer again. And last time I did this, it gave me a little error message, but then it went ahead and loaded it. So, yeah, sorry, we can't display this document, but then it'll take it a minute, and then it will display. So it'll pop up here. And that's really cool, because if you have a document that you just want to be the page, then that's really nice to do that. So here we are. So we've got this great document, but now I'm like, oh no, it's it's cut off. So the height, I'm going to tell it extra large. Now it's still cutting it off, but one way that I found around this is to make it half size, and then somehow extra large seems to be okay. So let's do that. Let's see if that fixes it. And it did. So, I mean, that might be something that you have to do. It depends. But just, again, I just can't say it enough. You just really have to play with this stuff and, see what works. So it put my download file way down here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that over here. I wonder if it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. So I can put them both right there. Another cool thing that I want to show you a little bit about is some stuff where you can play around with the pictures, because pictures are really the thing that drive a lot of the viewers to your site. So if you look over, I mean, I've already shown you how to do images. Gallery, I'd like to show you what gallery is. So gallery is basically when you have more than one picture kind of in a row, or a whole bunch of them. You might have 12. So you might have, you know, 3 and 3 and 3 or something like that. Well, that would be 9, but you get the idea. And so I'm going to pick my pictures. I'm just going to pick these pictures, and there's a little blue box over to the side that you can't see. These are just some random pictures from my school. Of some of the students that I took, and it's going to upload these pictures. And then if there's something I'm looking at, I'm like, you know what, I don't like this. I can only see the top half of her body. I'm going to click on it. Well, one cool thing that you learn here is you can add a link, or you can add some captions to these. And another cool thing is you can control the spacing, like above and below the actual picture. So let's say I want a little bit more space in between what's up here in these pictures, and if I had something below, I can play with the spacing. I can play with my caption options. Again, you need to play with this and figure these things out, but to figure out what you like. But I want to show you this option here. See how they're in like little rectangles right now? If I change it to square, it makes them a little bit bigger, makes his picture a little better. Didn't solve the problem with hers. So I'm going to say none. And now I can see her full picture. And if that's the way that I want it to look, you know, then obviously that's the best way for me to go about that. So that's a really cool feature. Another great thing, excuse me, is if you have a slideshow. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one down here. You can pick whatever format you want. I'm going to just pick this for random sake. And again, I'm going to pick my main pictures that I've already kind of pre-selected, the little blue buttons over to the right where you can't see it. And I can reorder the photos if I want to. So I can drag these around. Well, I'm supposed to be able to drag them around. There we go. And I can add captions if I want, you know, come to the event. All right, whatever I want to say. And then I can save. So now what you'll see is, here's the photos. I can go through them this way, and I've got my caption down here at the bottom. And I can also go through them by clicking on the picture over here. So those are some cool functions that you might like as well. So those are some of the main things that I want to show you. The only other thing I want to show you for right now, I mean, you can drag and drop your YouTube videos in. A lot of these things you really just need to play with and see what you like. But I did want to show you one more really cool thing, and that is the embed code. And this might be a little too advanced for some of you. But embed is so neat, and it is something where if you have, what happened to it? If you have a form, like if you've ever used Google Forms, this is a really cool thing, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these because I want to show you what this embed code can do. So I've got half of this has got my document over here, and then, well, heck, where'd my embed code go? All right, let's try it again. Okay. Delete. All right. So let's see if it'll do it for me now. Really? Okay. Phew. Okay. So I've got, it's just apparently a little white box, and you got to put your custom HTML in. So here's my form, and what it actually looks like when they look at it is this. So if you create any of these forms for your students to fill out, you go right over here to File and then Embed, and then you can get the HTML code. I push Control-C or Command-C on a Mac, and then I go back to my Weebly site and I edit custom HTML, Control-V, and then I look at it, and you might notice that it's kind of running over to the side and it's a little too short, and I don't like that. So what you will need to do is change the height and width. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You drag it over again, and I still have my embed code, so I can copy and paste that. Now, what you'll notice inside here is the width and the height, and so I just happen to notice because I've played with it a lot, is if I change the width to 500 and the height to 750, it comes out. And there we go. And so now I've got both of these here, and this scrolls up and down if I need it to. But I love this feature. So this is a really cool feature that you can, go ahead and put on your site as well. The button is really cool. I would suggest you play with that and, find out the divider is good, because if you need like a little line to divide your stuff. So lots of cool stuff on here. If you see this little star, that means it's an option you have to pay for, just so you know. But go ahead and play on here and see what you like. Play with your pages, get to know if you want to order your pages, you want to make something a sub page and a sub page, you can do that. Let's go back and I'll show you what that looks like. So we've got home, and now about is a sub page, and then this is a sub page. So you can play with stuff, just like play with it and get to know it, and see what it does. The worst thing that's going to happen is you don't like it and you have to, fix it back. And I didn't mean to click that. This is stuff I really don't think you need to mess with probably for a while. Just stick with this easy stuff. So I hope you have fun and good luck making a great site.